viewers, tool addicts, tool collectors, welcome to CC Scraps Restoration Channel. You want to know why the water's running? 8 years ago today, me and Mrs. CC Scraps went out on our first date, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
She made me meatballs and an hors d'oeuvre tray, and I bought a bottle of wine from work. We went to Sylvan Beach in Verona and Canastota, New York, and the rest is history. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this cornmeal, we're going to put it in the water, let these clams set for a bit. Grandma says 45 minutes. We're going to ice them down, and we're going to let them, basically the cornmeal acts as like a filter, so it spits all the dirt and everything out, and you get a nice clean clam. So let's get that started. This is CC Scraps on the cornmeal. Just going to dump that in the water. That's probably good, baby. You can do a little more. Do a little more in there. A little more cornmeal. Shake a little more in there. There you go. Good. Mix that up good. You don't want any lumps or nothing. It's kind of like mixing flour, so to speak. I'm just telling you, this is what Grandma was telling me. This is what Grandma would say when I was little. All right, so now she's going to get the clams in the water.
We're going to see them bubble.
Yeah, we'll see them bubble a little bit because they don't want they don't like the fresh water. So they're going to try to breathe and drink and everything, and then they're going to spit all that stuff out, and then they're going to become dinner.
And we're going to have some pulled pork sandwiches that I made yesterday.
We made a bunch of, we're going to have pulled pork, and we got a suddenly salad, too, so we're balling on a budget. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, lately, the way things are, everything's a budget, but we won't get into that right now. We're going to get these clams going. We're going to give them get some ice in here in a second, and then we will, 45 minutes later, we'll see you. So it's 45 minutes later, and see how dirty that water is? Now imagine if you didn't cornmeal those. Got to clean them out. Now we're going to rinse them. We're just going to let all this out. Nice fresh cold water. All the ice is melted. They're nice and cold. I'm going to clean them all up. And then Mrs. CC Scraps is going to try a raw one. Right, baby? All righty. All right, so we'll be right back. We'll set up for that. All right, so we've actually, it's way later. It's about another half hour later. We redid them in the cornmeal. Got them all nice and clean. You want to take a scrub pad or like a sponge with a little scrubby and clean them off a little. That's what we did off camera. Make sure you guys do that. I forgot to tell you guys that before we were doing it. So we're going to get set up. Mrs. CC Scraps and I are going to try a raw one. All right, so Mrs. CC Scraps has got a raw one. She likes lemon juice and hot sauce on hers. It's a good one, right? And we don't have any cocktail sauce made up at the time, so I just squeeze a little lemon and hot sauce on mine. Cheers. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Just like the ocean, everybody. All right. We'll be back. And oops, we forgot the suddenly salad. Yeah, that's what we forgot. These dates are good. Mrs. CC Scrap says this is what Gordon Ramsay uses. Yeah, we're good. All right.
There's the other cat.
And there's the other cat. There she is. Pull it back a little more with it. There she is.
What do you think you're doing? We're going to have a zoo.
So, got some drawn butter with some scallion, steamers, charcuterie, Mrs. CC Scraps' raws. We got our cocktail, our hot sauce. We got Mrs. CC Scraps. We got Cookie. We got Miss Lily, likes to sit in the cage, even though the door is wide open.
There's a dang cat over here.
Then there's the tail of a cat. And there's another cat running around here somewhere, but that cat is nowhere to be found. Can you see the cat? I don't know if you saw the cat. Yeah, maybe you saw the cat. All right.